Hi there, my name is Astrid Mueller. I'm the designer behind the template that you just purchased, and I wanted to say hi to you real briefly so that you know that I'm always going to be there for you if you need any help, and I will help you with a mini crash course on how to use a template. And so that you know who I am and why I'm dressed so casually. So super briefly about me, I'm from Switzerland originally. I moved to Alaska. I design for brands anywhere in the world, from the small fishing town Kodiak, Alaska. I did my first design steps in at Swarovski Jewelry. I was doing their fashion sales catalogs for their retailers. That was my first graphic design position. I went freelance with my own design business in 2005 and have been doing fashion illustrations for women magazines, and then later brand design, logo design, always for feminine audiences. And in my templates, it's my goal to help you succeed and to help you save money so you can DIY wherever possible. And if you do need help, you can always reach me. So let's dive right into the tutorial. So here we go. Once you purchased your business card template, you will have one of these folders. In this folder, you will see previews, for example, like this. You will see the design file, which ends in PSD. That's a Photoshop file, and you do need Photoshop to open that one. That's the one that you will work with to enter your own information. These previews here are just previews to show you what a card can look like after it is printed. If you see a folder in there that says free Google fonts, those are the fonts that I used in your business card design. So that you can use them, you first have to install those fonts, and you just double click those and then install them on your computer. Okay, now that you opened your Photoshop file, the file that's with PSD at the end, it will look like this. You are in Photoshop, and I'm going to give you a quick crash course in case you are not familiar with Photoshop, just diving right in and showing you how you can use your template. So basically, this is your business card with a placeholder text. You can click, if you are in the arrow tool, you can click on the individual elements, and you see it jumps to the different layers, and whichever one you click on, that one you can edit. So for instance, if I just dive right in and want to just edit it really quickly, I just click on an item here, like the name, and you'll write your own name. Jane something Smith. Here we go. And then you enter your own title, whatever that would be. Also with clicking on it, and then down here the same thing. So as you see on the right side, this is the layers palette. You always see where you're at. And you can also select the individual layers by clicking on these layers directly. So if I close this, this is to explain how I grouped everything so that you know where to find everything. The front folder here contains everything that's for the front of your business card. I left the back side for your business card template free so that you can print it with moo.com, and you could use photos on the back side. And Moo has a really cool feature that you can have individual photographs on the backs of your business cards, and this is a really cool feature when you're networking. I've done this a lot for myself and for other brands too, so it's a great way you can show your portfolio. Basically, people love to see variations of what you're doing, whether it's products or fashion shoots or your own fashion line or whatever it is. If you have any visuals and you have a series of visuals, I recommend that you use that. And then people, it's also a cool conversation starter because you can tell people, hey, pick one, or you talk about your work and you see what they like, so you also get good feedback on what is popular and whatnot. So anyway, back to your business card template. Here, this is just the front. And then I made individual folders for you to keep things organized. So you see on the right side, I made a folder that's called right side. And if you click on the eye symbol, it will disappear or appear. And this is basically what is going to be printed. So if you have the eye symbol and you see it, it's going to be printed. If you don't want something printed, you click on the eye symbol and it disappears, but it's still there. It just won't be printed. So, okay, so here we did this one, and then as you go down, you see I named the individual layers specifically for what they are to kind of try to keep it simple. So we have the name and then the title, the rectangle, that's just the shape behind the title here, kind of a fashion-y shape. And then I have one layer that I call passion statement, and this is for your tagline or for something that you really believe in. And this comes from my branding background, because it's something that helps you stand out towards others, and it helps you to be remembered. So if you have something, you know, things that you may use on Twitter and everywhere, something that you really believe in, it could be quirky or it could be really professional, just really showing what you're all about and what your strength is or something like that. And use this opportunity and put something there to help you, also for a conversation starter, to help you be remembered. And it's worth to think about this a little bit in more depth, because it's a really cool branding trait that just helps you stand out. But if you don't have time, you can also follow your instinct and think of something that feels really a good fit for yourself. And if it's quirky, that's fine, but just be aware that it's your business impression and you as a professional. So if you can keep it long term and make this the one thing that really means a lot to you, that's even better. People love consistency, basically. So if you switch around too much, it's not highly recommendable. So take a moment and think about this, and you can also, again, like use the eye symbol and click it away and just leave it out, and that's fine as well. Down at the bottom, I just made a layer. The whole layer here is with contact information. So to show you how to edit this, if you need more lines, let's do an example and say you want to add your address here, and you're going to start typing your address down here. You'll see you're really far low, and I'm going to do this real quick, showing you what I'm doing. I'm clicking on the arrow tool here. This is the move tool, to move elements in Photoshop. So if you did this, you're obviously too low. And I'm going to show you real quick here. I made a layer as a preview so that you can see what the business card looks like after cropping. This black bar is just something that will be cut off, all this. So all the white areas right now is what you're going to have when the card is printed and cut. And this you're going to have to turn it off before you send it to print. So this is one reference. It helps me personally visually to understand how, what is it going to be looking like after it's cut. As we turn this on, you see that the address is like super low right now, and we don't want this. So now that we're in the arrow tool, we can just move this text element and just move it up a little bit. And I recommend to move it all the way so that it's on this aid line here, and make it visually pretty. And what you can do is, if you don't want to see those aid lines, you can either click Command and semicolon, and then this disappears, or you can go to View in Photoshop and you say what you want to see. So you go to Show, Guides, yes. Right now they're checked, and if you click this, they disappear. That's basically the same thing as I just did with my shortcut. So we were here, Show, and then Guides. You always see here these cheat sheets too. If you want to use Photoshop more often, you can use this shortcut here, Apple and semicolon. If you press that, the guides are going to appear again. And these guides I made them for you, so you see here and here, all these guides are the ones that are going to be cropped, and this guide I made for you as a reference. I recommend that you have the lower part of your contact information that you have it sitting on this line. This is visually a nice balanced layout, and yeah, will make your card look pretty. If you do need to move anything around, you can always use the arrow tool, the move tool as well, and just drag over whatever you want to select, and then use the arrows on your keyboard to move things up or down. Or you can go to the right side and just mark whichever layers you want to select and move, and then again use the arrows tool. That's a really good bet. And as you see here, we have with this new name, it doesn't make sense to have this whole bar all the way so far to the left, so we can also move things to the right. And again, you can use the arrows. If you hit shift at the same time, it's going to move faster. It's going to stay straight. So this is a nice visual balance here. You see, like, I keep this distance to the right about the same distance as here. So whenever you repeat visual elements such as distance, you have visual harmony. So I recommend to adapt your card like this, and then when you entered all the information, turn off the preview layer. This is how you're going to have to save your business card for printing. And to save it, you just go to File, Save As, and then you want JPEG. Give it a name that makes sense for you. And as you save JPEG, save it in the biggest quality, 12 quality, like this, and that's it. And this card is set up for moo.com to their specific print settings. So if you need to print with another print company, cross-check with them if they can use this template, or if they need a different spec, you may have to adapt the template, but this should be okay for most print companies. Okay, so the last thing in this business card that I wanted to mention is I have a background layer for you. So if you do want to have a background color, this is another personalization option. You can click here, double click on this layer style that I made, and you see here color overlay, the layer color. You can just pick it, or you enter the specific numbers. If you have brand colors, let's say you have 100% cyan, and no magenta, no yellow, no key color, which is black, you just enter it like that, and that will be your brand color specifically entered. That's that. You can always turn it off like this, or entirely like this. So basically what this is a shape that has a color to give you a background color, and if you want to change the background color, you can just simply double click on the style and then change the color to your preference. So that's it. So we did save it for printing, and we personalized it, and that's the business card template for you. That's all you need to do to get it print ready. If you need any help or would like me to do this for you, you can always email me and upgrade your purchase, and I'll just do it for you. Won't be any problem at all. Okay, good luck to your success. Bye-bye.